Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how I make photocards using Photoshop. You can try to use any other application, but I honestly have never tried it with anything else, so I only know how to do this here, and you're pretty much on your own if you decide to go with any other application. So I have two different templates. I have this one, and it's for 8.5 by 11, and another one for 4 by 6, because I like to print on both sizes of paper. I'll try to include a download link in the description that includes these templates with a PSD file or a PNG file. And alright, so first what you want to do is open up your photos in Photoshop, and I suggest that you try to look for high quality photos because sometimes you'll have to stretch these photos out and they get grainy or pixely and they sometimes look very bad. So what you're going to want to do is maybe edit it, or you might want to remove this logo or whatever. I got these off of, it says right there, Facebook, SM Town. This is a member from a band called EXO. So what I like to do is go to adjustments, brightness, contrast, sometimes like edit it, toy around with it, whatever you want to do, I don't know. And because at times I feel that adding more contrast makes it look like a sharper image. You can also add sharpen or whatever you want to do, really. So then you click Command A or Control A. I'm on a Mac. I don't really remember what the PC shortcuts were, but it's something similar. And so either way, select all, cut it out, Command X, paste it into the template file, or make your own, whatever you want to do, really. Command V, paste. So I put it over the box, and I do this first, stretch it out, kind of like get a visual of where I want it, and then I press Alt or Option, whatever the button is. You end up seeing this symbol here. It ends up going, it's like a mask or whatever it's called, I'm not sure. So you might want to stretch it out to hide the logo or keep the logo, whatever you want to do. And if it overflows like that, you can just grab the eraser tool, erase it, because you won't want that image on over the next one in the next box. That won't look good at all. So you have your image there, so grab another one, Command A, or select all, cut, paste over here, press Alt or whatever, drag it. You can stretch it out over here. And basically it's just same process over and over again. And to get it into the next box over here, you can just like drag it if you want over there, and do the same thing where, well, actually no, because drag it first over the box and then press the button Alt, and it's going to be in this set here. So you have to make sure it's above that set in order for it to go into there. And basically you just keep playing around with this until you get what you like, move it around or whatever. And what I like to do afterwards is double click this, add a stroke, so it's kind of like a guideline when you print it. Makes it a lot easier to see where you're cutting, because some images include a lot of white, and it's very hard to cut out perfectly when you have white on a white background. So I like to add stroke, which you'll cut out that color anyway. It's just way easier to cut it out. And that's pretty much it. And then you could do this for all of them, whatever you want to do, but this is just what I like to do for all of mine. Try to not make it too thick because it's kind of ridiculous, but I try to do a color that clashes with your photo so it's way easier to see. Like, because if you choose black and it has a lot of black in it, it's just going to be just as bad as adding white on a white background. So click OK, and you can even do pictures that are long like this. Make sure to rotate them beforehand. And which one's this? Okay, that's the first set. So always make sure to look at which set you're in, because sometimes if you put it here and you're like all the way down here, it's going to appear like it's going to seem like it disappeared. So do the same thing, and when it prints, it's just going to be longwise or whatever that is. So that, and then what I do is click print. And it's going to appear like this. What I like to do is scale to fit media so it looks more appropriate, because it might just cut it out and it's going to look really bad. Or just do it like that, or make it smaller, or what. You can adjust the size here too. It's really whatever you want to do. So so print settings. I like to use glossy photo paper because it produces really high quality images. Matte paper can be good too, but I hear that it soaks up more ink. Really, you can play around with whatever paper type you like. I'm not sure. So you can adjust the settings to fit your paper type. I always adjust it beforehand because it can drastically affect the way your image turns out, or at least for me. So click photo paper. For this is already standard. It's US letter sized. But if you're using the 4x6, you got to make sure to change the paper size to 4x6. And then paper type, quality, you go here. I use this type, so that's usually what I just check off. You can adjust it. I usually put normal because best will take up more ink, or at least I believe it would. And that's pretty much it. Save, and then you print it. Well, you'd print it, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is an example of a sheet I printed out with the 4x6 template. It came out in black and white because I didn't really want to use that much ink. It's just an example, really. So this kind of paper that I have has this on the background. So what I do is usually paste this onto regular copy paper, like so. Like you just grab a glue stick. I don't use the wet kind, just the roll-on type. These type. I use these a lot. So I paste this paper onto copy paper or construction paper, whatever you want. And it's also to make it thicker and to hide this. You don't have to do it if you're using other paper that doesn't have that. And then afterwards I cut it out, and you can either leave it like this, but this kind of paper, when I touch it, or if anything rubs on it, it scratches off the image and the ink and it looks really bad. But if your paper isn't like that, you could leave it as so. And you can even cut out the image and paste them back to back, so you have a double-sided photo card. But afterwards, after I do all of that, I paste it on the back. I have these laminating sheets. I put them in these kind of laminating sheets. I use the 4x6 ones because I can usually fit like 2 or 3 photo cards in one slip. I use the thermal ones, which you can use with a laminating machine or clothes iron, but I'm not going to do that tutorial here. You can try looking that up on YouTube or Google. Or you can buy the self-laminating ones. They sell them in Walmart, Target, Staples, etc. You can look online as well. Self-laminating ones are more expensive though. So after that, they usually, after I've printed them out, they come out like this because I laminated it. This is an example I made for my sister, and it's just white on the background because this is regular copy paper pasted to the back. And this is pretty much what it looks like, and I like them. They're really small, and I like them. And this is another example of one I made before. It isn't rounded off, but it's double-sided. So yeah, that's pretty much the ones I made here. And you can try doing all of these and using the templates and have all the fun you want with this. Enjoy.